Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the NARAS Weekly Podcast, episode 2 of the season 2. And today it's just me and Logan, as unfortunately Jen could not make it. But instead, we have a little special treat for you guys. We are going to go through every paint scheme that has been released that is running this season for NARAS, as it is the final season of Roblox. So the way you're seeing it right now, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the paint schemes. Like as we start talking about them, they'll pop up. But for us, we'll be using our phones to kind of make sure that we can see them. So, with that being said, Logan, you ready to jump right into it?
Sure. And we've decided we're doing critiques and 1 through 10. Like
Yep.
what we think, and then 1 through 10. Okay. So, let's start with Josh's 48 secondary Everseal scheme.
You want to go ahead and go first, so we'll just swap back and forth?
Well, I made this, so I'm extremely biased. It could be better. I think the white is better than the black on the middle. There could be better logo placement.
When you mean the middle, are you talking about the number?
No, so when I mean the middle, you see the 2 orange bits?
Yeah.
You see how it's split by the white?
Mm-hmm.
So that white was originally black, and then I changed it because it looks really bad.
The black would I can see that. The black would kind of just, like...
It just kind of looked weird.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. The white looks better, but it still doesn't look great. But it still passes. I'd give it like a 6, 7 out of 10.
I like it. I mean, the logo placement, like looking at the rear of the car,
Yeah.
the Ally is huge, but other than that, same as the number, but other than that, like the logos and everything, the sponsor, the numbers aren't crazy big. They're actually a pretty good size, a little big for my standards.
I have a really bad habit of making the numbers too big.
It's fine, man. You know, we're just painters. We're all learning slowly but surely. But, alright, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I think it looks really good.
So pretty even.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, we're going to move on to the next paint scheme, which is Logan Slow YouTube channel number 9. And honestly, it looks really good. I really like it. You know, the colors pop.
It has shades of the old Gatorade scheme.
Exactly, and I see that, and it's just beautiful. I love it. Same thing as the other car. Sponsor, numbers on the rear. Well, the sponsor and numbers on the rear. And my main nitpick is the number on the side. I would have made it either white or black as the big fill, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more, because it's blending into the car a little bit.
Yeah, it blends in a bit too much. I realize that.
Other than that, I'd honestly give... I don't know if I can't honestly remember. I'm just too excited about this. If I rated it or not, honestly, I'd have to go with another 7 out of 10. Honestly, It's just those little nitpicks that kind of bump it down a lot, but other than that, it still looks really clean.
The issue with like the back number placement and everything is you don't see how it's going to fold onto the car until you put it on the car. I have the same nitpick. So the logo on the side where it says the name, it does annoy me, because it's a different color than the rest of the car, but it wouldn't fit anywhere because it's going across all 3 colors at the same time. So
honestly, if you had the side numbers white, it would
make more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say 7 or 8.
And honestly, real quick, like when you said you couldn't see it, there are ways, and I will teach you those ways. I'll kind of pass on my learnings to you, because I've had very successful painters from the NR community teach me.
See, you were the only painter when I got here. You and Josh, so...
Yeah, but... You want to roll on with the next one?
Yeah, let's do the primary Everseal scheme. There's a lot to say about this. Some of the shapes don't look right. Some of them don't line up. The Fisher Studios doesn't fit because it's red and doesn't go with the orange and black. The car number is really weird with it just being white with no outline. The Lowe's looks very out of place. The Everseal feels a bit too small and a bit too big at the same time.
On the hood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot wrong with this. I give it a. You can see the attempt. I give it like a 4 or 5.
Okay. I just gotta go into it.
Go into it. I mean, that's our job.
It like I don't want to hurt Josh's feelings. I like him. He's a good driver. Just painting like some of his earlier cars, and especially this one, not really his strong suit. But this one, like the Fisher Studios logo on the side, that just it doesn't make sense. You know, it should
Yeah.
have been on the. It could have been easily on the rear of the car because if you look at it, like I
It
zoomed in.
it has no sponsor on the rear.
Exactly. So you could have just put that on the rear, made it white, and it would have looked fine,
Yeah.
like it should have been.
Like
And then
on
Everseal
mine.
could have been on the side.
Yeah,
exactly.
mine has
Just
Everseal
like
on the
yours.
side, and just the Fisher logo on like behind the front wheel well.
The number, I don't know why there's no outline on it.
Yeah.
The number needs that outline so it pops. You know,
So yeah, when you download
always
that
want
48,
something to pop.
that 48 is only one layer. I made the second layer.
Where did you download it from?
Big Evil.
We're
That's-
going to talk about that after this.
Yeah. Well, that's just the easiest place for me to find my numbers. So.
That's where I get all my numbers from, and I have multiple 48s that have multiple
Yeah.
layers.
Oh, I think he just chose the newest one, or like one of them. I don't know.
Okay, but anyway, it's not just there's an attempt, but it's just like nothing really fits. Like you look at the front of the car, like how does it go from a thin line to a really thick line?
Yeah,
like, there's
I don't
not
understand.
any like progress, you know?
Yeah.
And the hood is a hot mess. Honestly,
Yeah. It's
if I was him, I would have just left the hood flat out,
Completely.
just straight black.
straight black or
and
straight
just made
orange.
straight black, and just made the Everseal logo bigger. The roof of
Yeah.
the car kind of also has that same issue. I mean, you can see where it lines up from the hood to the roof. It's just it's not terrible, but it's not one of Josh's best cars. You know?
I think if he had just made the entire top just straight black, except for maybe like the trunk, it would have been fine. It's just that roof design and hood design don't work.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.5. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
terrible on him, but it's just
All right.
there are small things he can change. It's just everything on there is kind of like I'm not assuming, but it kind of seems like he rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, there's always a nitpick, and this one has all of them. So
Okay, now moving on. I made this one. This is the first one that's on the list that's on the review that I've made,
finally,
and I don't I don't want to nitpick. I don't really know like what I can nitpick at with my own car.
okay, I have one thing.
Hold on, I gotta introduce it. It is Legend's primary Valvoline car, and I know most people are gonna be like, "Well, that car's based off a Mark Martin car. Why would you put a RFK number 6 on it?" You know, and it's just because like you always want to have that like old style be brought into the modern. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that's what I did there. I do see the nitpick. I think Logan is going to point out is the AAA logo. I should have done it white with the black outline.
I didn't even see that.
But other than that, I love this car. I love how it came out. The custom Miller Memorial Racing logo I made just with the Miller Lite logo. I thought that was fantastic. You know, always the issue with these like the next gen cars is just the vents on the hood kind of mess up the logo.
Yeah. Wait,
But other than
yeah.
that, it doesn't look too terrible. I honestly, it's going to be biased no matter whatever I give it because I made it. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest. I'd give it an 8.5 just
Okay.
because of the fact that I messed up the AAA logo.
So I like it a lot, but there's this one thing. So you look at the hood. You see the Valvoline logo? You see the lines on the side? They swap, and it annoys me so much.
That was the idea.
I know, but
That's
just,
how the actual Mark Martin car was.
I know it
that
just
I made
annoys me
off.
so much. It's just why.
I couldn't tell you. Ask Roush back in the 90s.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That just I hate it. I hate that it swaps. It just. Ugh. It would have been better if it didn't swap. I feel like the red to blue to another blue just doesn't work. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
You gotta count the 3 Valvoline blues though. You know.
Agreed, but like still.
The 2 Valvoline blues.
It
the
kind
2
of
blues
annoys me.
and the white.
Well, I mean, the base color, other than the white, is the other one.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
I
gonna,
just realized
yeah,
you can't see the Goodyear logo unless that's a render mess up. But like Goodyear logo non-existent.
Oh, did you put white on white?
No, I'm not that stupid. If it was white on white, you wouldn't see it at all.
Maybe the layer got deleted or something. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm not going to
Whatever.
hold that against myself because you know.
I
painters make
will.
mistakes
I'm
all the
moving
time.
it down to a sit. No.
Wow.
Okay. You want to head over to Matthews?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Matthews, 90. Is it Ruger or Ruger?
It's Ruger.
Ruger Ford thing, number 90. It's simple, but it's okay. I think it's the only scheme that Matthew made, or one of the few.
The number looks great because
I like the number.
but I made it, so it looks great.
That
I'm kidding, but
based.
besides that, there's not really.
There's not much to say wrong
no.
about it. There's just stuff
No,
I feel like is
Matthew's
missing.
a good painter, you know.
He
like,
just never does it. He's more worried about driving than painting. So.
And that's just one of those things.
Yeah. That's a solid like 7.5 for me. It's
I'd
simple,
honestly
but
go
it's
with
good.
8.
Yeah, it's
I'd go
simple,
with
but
an
it's
8
really
'cause
good
it's one
still.
of Matthew's better ones.
One nitpick is the Ruger logo. It just annoys me. It's just
The gray, I understand where he was coming from, but
Yeah.
honestly, just a classic white with red with a black outline always
yeah,
looks good.
it's good, but it's not at the same time almost.
All right. Now this one, I know you and I aren't going to have any. nitpicks about
We
this.
are
You
both
helped-
very biased.
You helped me a lot with this one, like color wise and
Yeah.
everything. So I don't think you and I are going to have any nitpicks. But that is Matthews Flow-Grown Ford Mustang. That's a tribute to Matt Kenseth's 2017 DeWalt, and it's only going to run Daytona 1 and 2, and then the series finale at Homestead.
Because
Now-
Florida.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, the only issue I could see, making the Rain logo white instead of black, I just personally thought at the time black looked better. But besides that, you know, there's not really much wrong with the car. It looks really good, and I honestly don't have any nitpicks about it. It's not perfect, but like not every car is going to be perfect, you know. So I'd give it a 8.5.
The only like small thing I have with this is the Goodyear logo. Like you can see it, but I think if we'd colored it like that blue, it would have popped a bit more.
It might have, but
you
I
also don't need to see it. So I give
no.
it like a 9.
The thing is, I just went off of the black and
Yeah. How do we handle Dusties?
Dusty's. I don't know. I don't.
Do you want to just skip those for now? Because I don't know how to handle those.
No, we'll just react to them. We'll kind of just.
Okay. Well, the issue is it doesn't show everything. Okay, I'll do the Buffalo Wild Wings one. You do the Navy one. Okay.
Well, the Navy one has its own render, and so does the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay,
so
then we'll just
scroll down
skip.
a little
We'll
bit.
just skip till we find it. Okay. The BMX's Verizon 33 car. It's good. I don't really see too many issues with it. I mean,
Not at all. There's just a lot going on.
I don't really see too much going on. Maybe than
The M logo. Personally, I would have moved the M logo like.
make it a bit smaller, if anything.
You know where like Hendrick car, like the new Hendrick paint schemes put the Valvoline logo?
Yes, like on the little
Yeah,
side, like on the bar.
Yeah,
almost,
I would have put
yeah.
it there personally, but that's honestly nothing
I could
too
see
bad.
that.
Hold
I tried
against
to.
them.
Yeah, I tried to do that with my A-Shock car. Also, I need you to do a render for me later. I'll send it to
Okay.
you.
But honestly, no, this ain't bad. I honestly really like it.
I
you
like
know,
it. Yeah.
I love the Verizon cars that Penske did last year compared to
This year.
Logano's one for this year, which is
This
literally
one's
a
been
copy
awful.
and paste. His is a copy and paste of Ryan Blaney's 2018 Wrangler car.
Yeah,
We're not
I
gonna have
haven't
it on
liked any of the
screen.
Verizon schemes this year.
We're not going to have it on screen, but viewers, if you literally just Google Ryan Blaney's 2018 Wrangler car, and then you look at it right next to Logano's 22 Verizon
Logan?
car, it's a
Oh,
copy
yeah.
and paste. That's all it is.
Yep. So
But-
you want to go ahead and do the Navy one?
Yeah. We got Dusty's Navy car. It ain't bad. I like it. I really do, you know? We need more cars like this, you know, because especially in actual in NASCAR, they only have the Air Force. We need like the Navy, the Army, like how they used to have it. Just this car's really good. There's nothing I can really complain about it because I don't want to. It's just nice to finally see tribute to our veterans are currently serving. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 just because it's a Navy car.
Oh, I was
It
gonna
might be
give
biased, but other than that, it's nothing terrible. I really like it.
Yeah, I was just gonna give it an 8 because there's less to mess up because it's such a simple scheme. There's nothing wrong with it, but it feels a bit generic. That's the only thing I have against it. So I give it like an 8.5. I like it.
All right, if you want to go ahead and start on the Buffalo car, I'm gonna grab a drink of water real quick, so I'm gonna mute.
All right. The Buffalo Wild Wings car. There's a lot going right and a lot not going right. First of all, the hood. I hate it. It sticks out and then it goes back in. I don't like it. The logo on like the back of the window, it looks like it cuts off halfway. It's black on black it's black on like dark gray on the roof color. The Buffalo Wild Wings goes through that little like white spot and it just doesn't look right. Should have switched the numbers here on the 33 to have black on the outside, white on the inside. Should have done that on the roof as well. Wing could have been bigger. Buffalo could have been bigger. Other than that, not much. It's just a bunch of smaller nitpicks. I still give it like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah. Honestly, the one thing that newer painters make the mistake of is they don't clip where, like, on the templates where the hood pokes out,
Yeah,
that's the one thing they don't clip. They just clipped that.
Like on this car, it doesn't look too bad, but it still gets at me.
Yeah. Is that the M? Is that M like their team logo, maybe?
Is that the idea of it? It's not Generation, is it?
No, I swore it was
Generation. It's not on every car, though.
Fair point, but honestly, it looks really good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I'd give it a 7 just because of the small little things. Like
I just have a lot of little nitpicks.
Exactly. Actually, I'll lower it to a 6.5. Not trying to be harsh, but like that M just really is in like a random spot and it gets me.
Yeah. Do you want to do Dusty's Five Guys so we can get out of these cars?
Dusty's Five Guys ain't terrible. It's just there's always like small nitpicks, but honestly, I'd give it just flat out. I give it an 8. There's not really much you can nitpick at. I mean, the red number on the side looks a little weird. I probably would have just done the flat red number instead of the black outline, just seeing how that looked. But otherwise, like, sponsors are placed in a good spot, and
I like the red splitter.
Exactly, that looks good too. You don't see it much on these NARAS next gen cars. Is
that I don't
splitters,
know.
But what do you think about it?
Well, I really like the design on the bottom, like under the number.
Yeah, like the checker
stripe
pattern.
Yeah, the stripe was done really well. And since it's a Chevy, it cuts off like right before it goes down, so it like you don't have to continue it. Just cut it off there, and it looks good. The roof number, they did good changing the color, unlike the Buffalo Wild Wings car. I do kind of have the nitpick that you had with the number, but at the same time, it's not like half bad. The vents kind of screw it up, but that does it with every scheme. I'm gonna give it the Goodyear. Look at the Goodyear logo.
Ooh, why is it bent like that?
Did he put it on the wrong? No, he didn't put it on the wrong template, did he?
It's not bent on that like the other cars. So I don't know. Maybe he added his own Goodyear. It's a little bent.
Maybe he added a different Goodyear. Just so we could color
it ain't terrible.
Well, that lowers it. I'm gonna put a 7.5.
Actually, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm gonna lower it down to a. But now that I see it, it messes with me.
Alright, fine. Then I'll lower it down to a 6.5. We're just gonna get
my final score is a 7.
Mine is 7.5.
Like, the number and the Goodyear logo, but other than that, it's a really good car.
Why did Dusty post the same scheme preview like 5 times? Okay, Slinky's 28 car. Who put the Costa Rica flag on a car? That's what it looks like. Either that or Texas.
I see that. Yeah, kinda. It's not the exact thing.
I didn't know an entire country could sponsor a car. It feels a bit weird. I don't like. I mean, I like, but I also hate the Ford Performance thing on that stripe. And,
Honestly, it looks.
yeah.
If you ask me, it looks good. You know, because it kind of like
the
it's
Ford
lined up
Performance
with
looks
the
good.
stripe.
Yeah, the stripe.
And honestly,
yeah.
I know some people may say like, "Why didn't you put it on both sides?" It honestly looks perfect just on the
I
one
like it
side.
better on the one side than I would on the both.
Yeah, because that's kind of just Ford's thing, you know. I mean, I like what he
Yeah.
did with that.
So
I like how the stripe is lined up with the hood the Ford emblem on the hood.
yeah.
It looks really good.
Okay, one of the biggest nitpicks I have is that there's no barrier between the blue, white, and red.
Well, I think
I think there could have been like a black outline on the red that like kind of separated it.
yeah.
And then the trunk, I hate it. The trunk annoys me.
I don't know what's going on with the trunk. The trunk
I don't
doesn't
either.
annoy
That's
me.
why I hate it.
The trunk doesn't annoy me, but I don't think the trunk does
Yeah.
annoy me. But I don't think it needed a barrier like the red.
Yeah.
to the
Also,
blue. I
right in
think it
front of
looks
the
fine.
number, behind the front wheels, feels really empty because there's no sponsor there.
Not every car has a sponsor there. and I
Yeah,
don't-
I'm just saying, like, especially on this car, it feels a bit empty.
Yeah, I see that, but like, he honestly did perfect sponsor.
It's still,
placement.
yeah, it's still really
Out.
good. It's just there's certain things I don't like about it.
Yeah, but anyway, anything else? I give it a 7.
I give it like a 6.5.
Moving on, one of the
Biggest
better
Ws.
cars we'll see. Biggest W is this beautiful '84 Red Bull car. You know, we don't see many Red Bull paint schemes on a Ford,
Oh, I
but
just found a giant
honestly,
nitpick.
he knocked it out of the park. I mean, I don't see the nitpick, so if you want to point it out real quick, let me know.
Look at the bull on the front behind the number.
Oh, that bull! What happened to it?
I don't know. And then
That is a nitpick, is that bowl looks a little weird.
that
but
isn't
other than
all.
that-
Yeah, it's supposed to stay white, and I think he tried to fill it in, thinking that it's supposed to be transparent.
Yeah, but other than that, honestly, I'll give it a 8.
Okay, so another nitpick I have: the little Red Bull on the side. There's this logo behind it. He could have cut the logo on the left side and like flipped it, so that the Red Bull would be even with the other side's red, like where it says Red Bull, and then
Yeah.
the logo could be flipped almost like it's running forwards. That's what I do with all my Red Bull cars. Is I'll like flip the bull part so that it's always running towards where the car is going. Whereas
I get
one
what
of
you're saying
these,
with that.
yeah, whereas like the right side is going forward, but the bull on the left side is going backwards. And that's just like a small thing for me that I like to do. But the bull on like the main bull, it hurts me. I have to give it a 6 because of that bull alone. Like, it's low quality, it's messed up.
I'm gonna
That's
change
it.
mine too. I'll give it a 7.5. Just
Yeah.
because now looking at it more, just that bowl is messing with you. I'm not trying to be mean
Yeah.
to the guys that are painting it. Like
It's still really
Matthew-
good, it's just that bull.
Yeah, exactly.
That
It's like,
bull.
I think Matthew made a small mistake on the bowl, but other than that, it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's good, but it pisses me off. Alright, you want to go for the... Or no, it's my turn. I will now go for the 48. There's a lot to say about this car. The Ally logo, you kind of can't see half of it because of the color on the blue. The number's good. Lowe's could have had like their normal logo, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like the base design. I do kind of hate the fact that the base design doesn't like carry over across the hood. See where it kind of like connects.
Yeah.
And it stops really awkwardly, and that's something I don't like about it. And then the Axe logo's good. I like the base other than that, though. And maybe the Fisher Studios could have been put in a different spot.
I don't know if he has any sponsor on the rear, but
It says Everseal. Everseal's on the... Oh, no,
I'm
you mean
saying
the
on
actual
the
rear.
back, the rear of the car.
Yeah.
I honestly think I think he might have Sherman Williams there. I'm pretty sure I remember rendering this. I think Sherman.
It probably. Because I haven't
Personally,
seen it on the car yet.
Personally, I would have put Lowe's on the side because it's always weird that
Yeah.
without like Lowe's or Cobalt tools
Unless
on the
it's
side.
part of the base that you're using.
Exactly, but like the Fisher Studios logo really pops there, and that's good. But personally, I would have moved it behind the number, closer to the rear quarter panel.
I would have put it either in front of the rear wheel or behind the front wheel.
Exactly.
Like the actual flame thing. Like the actual logo.
The actual logo without text. And then I would have put... Personally, I think this car would have looked good with Cobalt tools on the side.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, what you could have done is put the Fisher Studios logo on behind the front wheel, Sherwin-Williams on the rear wheel, and then Lowe's or the Fisher Studios like writing on the back.
Yeah.
So, with that, I give it about a 6.
I'll give it a 5.5.
Okay. And now you get to take the next one.
To have a before that, just have a quick disclaimer. We're not trying to make all the painters feel bad.
This is just what we think, and we're extremely biased. No, I'm kidding.
It's not really biased, so it's more just biased,
raw emotion.
Just exactly, we're just being bold, It's like we're just being honest. We're not trying to, because we know some of the painters take it very harshly and get upset.
We don't mean to. Well, Max might, but I don't.
I don't mean to. I'm just being honest, just how I feel, but it's not like everything looks different on track,
Yeah. Like a lot of these renders, especially the ones made by Josh, a lot of the renders, you see how like it kind of like glows off the car. It's not going to look like that in game. So.
No, but anyway, moving on.
Speaking of Josh renders.
Josh makes some pretty good renders now that he uses Blender. I mean,
yeah.
I personally don't think like every car needs a Blender render. I kind of just like my car viewer renders.
Yeah, that's why I send all mine to you, because I don't like the glare. The glare is annoying.
Other than that, personally, it's weird, having a blue Flex Steel car compared to just the classic red ones.
Isn't this a Daniel Suarez base?
It is.
It's like the free. It's like the freeway insurance or whatever. Why are you running around on the table?
I don't know who that is, but anyway, just ignore them.
Oh wait, you don't know who that is? Can we not pick them?
No, there's. Wait, hold on.
You used the wrong thing.
No, I don't have admin.
Okay, well.
Anyway, we're just gonna continue.
Yeah. It's a
just
base.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a base, so automatically terrible. I lose a little bit of it. Obviously, I make a lot of bases too for like iRacing and everything, but like, I like the idea of custom cars being run in leagues. Like iRacing is a bit different because that's more of a sim, and you might want to run your own scheme. But I don't know if Howie asked for this base or if Josh just copied it. It does work with their logo. They could have changed maybe the blue to the Flex Seal yellow, or just changed the colors, kept the same base but changed the colors to the actual Flex Seal colors, like all the blue to red, and then the green to yellow and the white to black. I think just a color change would make this look 50 times better, or at least actually fit the sponsor.
I agree. Like, it's not too terrible. It's just weird seeing a blue Flex Seal car.
It's just the color is what throws it off. For design, I give it like a 7 because it's a base. For coloring, I give it a 2. So we're gonna give it an average of like a 6.
I'll go ahead and match you. I'll give it a 6. They ain't
6 is
terrible,
still decent, especially from us.
Exactly. But
right.
Anyway,
the 99. All right, first thing. On the render, you can barely see it. Also, the logo looks off-centered from the way that the render looks right here.
The Superior?
Yeah. Goodyear logo on the back. Can't see, or like it, the color yellow just doesn't work. The design cuts off randomly before the trunk.
Yeah.
Red number randomly. Maybe for the logo that they only put on there once. Goodyear should not be on that spot. The actual logo, Superior or whatever it is, should be there.
I think it's based off an actual car that ran, so I understand why he put it there.
I understand. Well, is the sponsor placement the same as well?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what car it is, but I know Patrick asked for it.
What I know is that I don't like that base, and also the way it's rendered, you can see where the car kind of curves.
Yeah.
And it makes the design look even weirder. It almost this way makes it look even more like hand drawn, like with a crayon. So.
Exactly. You said almost everything I wanted to say. My one issue is, like, just trying to keep it realistic, Sprint Like, I don't think Sprint should be sponsoring the car. Like, if
Also,
it's
you
on
can't
the
see the
car that
yellow
you
from
based,
the Sprint.
exactly. Like, if it's just like going off of whatever
Yeah.
paint scheme it was, I understand that. But I mean, Sprint was bought out by T-Mobile, so personally, I would have done T-Mobile.
Yeah. You
That's
could
just
pretty
my
much, you could use the same sponsor placement on any different base.
exactly. Like, as you'll
Except
see coming up,
this.
and as you'll see when we get to my throwback for the
Who cares
Rocking
about your throat? No, I'm kidding.
race, you'll see kind of what we did. What I did that changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
But you
Alright.
ready to move on?
Yeah, I don't want to look at that anymore.
I give it a 5.
Oh, yeah, we gotta rate it. I give it a 5 as well. Or no, I'll give it a 4, just because everything just looks wrong. The way it's rendered, it might look better on track, but just the way it's rendered, just...
Now, one of my favorite ones is this Bubbles car that he's running in the 500. That's the final race for the number 88 in NARAS. And just so you guys know, the 3 has officially retired.
L.
We'll get more into that probably the podcast next week after we run the 500. But anyway, scheme looks really good. I love it. It's just basically all I did was copy and paste the Dale. All I did was copy and paste the Dale Jr. 2015 Nationwide. That wasn't the original plan for it, but it just looks a lot better this way. So yeah, I just give it a 8 because there's not enough sponsors on there, but that's what Jen had me make. So I just went off what he said. Personally, I would have added like associate sponsors, but I understand why he didn't want it. But
I'm gonna be honest.
Other than that, I'll just give it an 8.
I was gonna give it a 7, and then I saw the number, and I just really liked the number, so we're gonna go with an 8. My biggest nitpick, 1, the no sponsors thing, but that's part-time, so it happens. And then the Lee Motorsports logo, I know this isn't your fault, the Lee Motorsports logo, something is wrong with it that makes it, like, have a black outline for no reason.
I made the logo and it had a black outline.
Yeah, so it just, bleh.
I made it like a year or 2 ago, and it's kind of just been the main logo we've used ever since.
Yeah. So that's my biggest nitpick, honestly, is the logo and then the sponsors thing. But yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Now, you ready to move on?
I'm not sure I want to because it's the really
God.
annoying 22 Pennzoil Verizon scheme. Why is it red? I hate the red Pennzoil schemes.
Well, Verizon was taken from them as a sponsor, so I don't know if this was made before that or not, but
No, it's made after because it was.
you have a team called Verizon Motorsports who isn't even. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but I don't. It just looks really weird, especially in the render. Some of the like little curvy thingies don't look right. I hate the idea of a red Pennzoil scheme. Also, why is the Gatorade logo moved up and like half in the wheel?
I don't know.
There's like as someone who ran a Gatorade car for 2 races and died in one of them, that pisses me off. So we're gonna immediately dock that like infinite points. The number color is actually pretty decent. It does feel really empty though. Like it feels really empty and the colors don't match, and I hate red Pennzoil schemes, so I'm gonna give it like a 3.
I gotta go with a 4 because I personally love red. I don't say about it. There's just a lot going on.
Did you just say you love red Pennzoil schemes?
I've always liked red Pennzoil cars. I know.
Can I end this episode early?
No, we're not ending the episode early. But personally, I can't remember. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah. Where did the... Oh, never mind.
Like, you guys won't be able to see it, but... Like, Joey Logano's throwbacks that he's ran, just the red Pennzoil cars always look good. Like, the one he ran in 2020 to the... I don't remember which one it was, but... There's just... The red Pennzoil cars, like, depending on how they're made, they look good. Like, I remember there was one... Like, his 2021 throwback looks good. Just the idea of just, like, red Pennzoil cars. But one that does not look good was his 2022 Darlington throwback. I don't even remember what the throwback was to, but I just hate that car.
I don't know. I knew it was, like, a really bad red. And also
but
the fact that he won the race kind of sucked.
Also, real quick, Logano has a 2022 Verizon car that's, like, not does actually looks good. The one that fades from red to black compared to the run this one.
Yeah,
the
but
one
for some
that's
reason they're
in
just running
Pocono
a full-on red car for Pocono.
does not look good. But anyway, we gotta get back to the podcast.
Yes.
So, one of my favorite paint schemes that I've ever made for NARAS. Well, yeah, and you can see it in the studio. It's been sitting in the studio the entire time.
Yes.
It is Logan's throwback for the Darlington and Rockingham throwback races to. Is that Davey Allison's 98?
That's
Davey
a 28. It's a
Davey
28
Allison's
car.
28
I don't know.
Napa Shocks.
I have no idea.
Whoever, it's the Gray Ghost. That's all it is. It's just the Gray Ghost, and it looks really good. I mean, I messed up on the lines a little bit. You can see that, but
I was gonna say the front end, that line is the biggest. Blah, blah, blah.
but other than that, I really like it. I think it turned out fantastic.
I give it
I'd give it a 9.
9.
But we're not trying to rush through it. It's just the car looks really good.
There's not much to say about this one. That's why. Alright, 24 Exalta. Honestly, there's also not much to say. It's just good.
It's one of the better Exalta cars I've ever made, and I just love it because
I feel like, yeah. I feel like this
all
year,
over the place.
the 2 Exalta main cars have been pretty good. Obviously, mine we're not showing because it's not running anymore. Like, mine was decent, and then yours is good. So, yeah, big W's all around. I give this one a 9.1.
I give it a 9.5. I love it. I love how it turned out.
I give it a 9.6.
Anyway, moving on, we have Sups.
One time only. This was made in about 6 minutes.
Logan made it. It doesn't look terrible. It's just like everything was just like thrown together.
It was very rushed. I was told I had to have this done in 30 minutes, and I did it in 6.
It ain't terrible. It's just luckily, thankfully, it's only running just the 500.
Yeah, it's very rushed. It's extremely
I'll give it a
rushed.
5. I'll just give it a 5 out of 10. I mean,
I will also. I will. You know what? I'll give it a. It's 2. It's a 2. It's awful.
I'm not. Well, I mean, if you're gonna make your zone that low, I'll give it a 1.5. You know, like just the fact that it was rushed. But other than that, you know,
for a rush scheme, it's like a 6. For an actual scheme, it's about a 2.
Exactly. So I'll kind of just level out at a 3.
Are we counting the 32 since it's not running?
I mean, we could just talk about it if you want to.
Okay, it's basically just a promotion car. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It just has
it's just a promotion car.
It's just
I'll give it a.
I like the number a lot.
I'll give it a 32 out of 10 for season 32.
I'll give it a 3.2 out of 5.
Oh, I'll give it a 3.2 out of 5.
Cool.
But real quick, back to that 5 car, because I wasn't fully done with it. But
oh no,
it ain't too bad, you know. Just something that was thrown together because, as we'll talk in this week's episode, I'm pretty sure the buyout of Wiesner Motorsports this season, before
I had a scheme ready, and then they just were like, no.
But other than that, my rating's still the same with it. Talked about the 32. We'll have it on screen now for a couple seconds before we move on. So if you want to pause, you can take a look at it. But other than that, moving on, Logan's Hooters car. I love this because it's honestly just a replica of Elliot's 2020.
Can I put the picture of me in the fire suit?
Yes. Well, no. Yeah, do it. Why not? But it's beautiful. I mean, the render you're seeing on screen won't really do it justice.
It's a big W, though.
The one that you're seeing is a big W, but this one, it looks really good. Honestly, there's not much to nitpick about it. I love it. I honestly don't have anything negative to say about it because it's really just Elliot's Hooters truck that he ran in 2020.
One line doesn't line up, and it's really annoying me on the front.
I see that, but
it goes down, and then it makes a little extra hump for no reason. Other than that, so because of that one thing, just to annoy Max, I give that a 9.9 out of 10.
Don't worry, I'm biased, so I'll give it a 10.
Oh, well, you know what? Then I can't. Okay, 9 out of 10. I can't let you be that biased. Alright,
Just kidding, I'll give it an 8.5.
You want to go ahead? Okay, then I'll give it an 8. No. You want to go to the Hertz car?
This one that I made, it's my Hertz car I'll be running this season. I love it. I mean, because really it's just Byron's. I don't remember what year he ran this, but
It's a car that Byron ran at some point.
yeah. But all I did was inverse it, so it was black instead of the yellow base to kind of match the Camaros, like the street Camaros that Hertz was giving away that were a promotion with the paint scheme.
Basically, just a backwards Bumblebee Camaro.
Exactly, and it looks good. I'll give it a 9. I mean, there's small things because it is a little bland, but
I do kind of wish there was a design on the side, and that's what annoys me the most.
It's just the next gen. Like you can see it a little bit if you zoom in, but just the next gen splitter kind of.
Oh yeah, just like the really tiny, just yellow line at the very back of the side.
There's
right
a full thing there.
Yeah, well, not on the render. So,
Well,
yeah, I kind of wish maybe you would put something like behind the number, maybe.
Maybe, but I was just going without the.
Maybe like another racing stripe or like a checkered flag, something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't take the next gen like splitter into consideration, but now that it's there, kind of
The
just.
splitter's really annoying when you work on iRacing cars.
Yeah,
because like it'll be there 1 second and then it'll not be there the next.
we only got 3 more cars to go after this, so.
Freedom.
You want to go ahead and start us off with Slinky's?
All right,
car?
it's just a base of the Harrison Burton and Austin Cindric cars. It's just the Freightliner car. It is very good though. It's very accurate. Front end. Do you see that line?
That's bumps it down to a 7 for me. Just that one line, and obvious. Otherwise, everything else is perfect.
Yeah. I agree with that. I'll do the same.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The podcast reveal of my throwback that I'm running at Rockingham, which is a throwback to one of Jeff Gordon's 2007 Pepsi cars. I love it. I love how it turned out. It looks really good because I just love how like the old, like instead of like how Hendrick could do it with the modern, I put the 2006 from Big Evil Racing number 24 on there. And it looks really good. To kind of keep it modern, like how Hendrick would probably do it, I put Exalta on the side to where you'd see DuPont. But honestly, I got to give it a 10 because just the car looks beautiful. You know, black with blue and red flames. You can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
My only issue, like literally my only issue, is right behind the front wheel feels a bit empty. That's honestly my only nitpick. So I get.
Well,
like
when you don't have sponsorship, what do? You
just stick a random logo there. Wait, let me check your sponsors real quick.
Since I finished this today, I can tell you that.
Where's Raptor on there?
Raptor's with Exalta. That's why they're not on. That's why Raptor's not on any of my cars because Raptor is a sub brand of Exalta.
Okay, I just know that I had put Raptor on the old 24 as its own thing.
Yeah, but just with Raptor being a sub brand of Exalta, that's why I didn't put it on.
You'd probably have to ask Jen about that though, just to make sure.
Other than that, I really liked it.
And then the final scheme, the Daytona 500 winning 9 car.
I'll go ahead and start with it because I made it.
Yeah. Well, you have made it.
Yeah. Jen and I did a combo on this. I did like the Chase Elliott style hood and he did the sides.
Yeah.
I love how it turned out. It looks really good. I mean, it's kind of like thrown together. Some people nitpick about it, but it's just, it makes
I like
it different. You know? And originally this was for me, but then
it wasn't.
Stuff happened. Logan ran it, won the 500 in it. And with it being the final season on Roblox, you know, why not bring it back?
And now he might not even make the 500. Yeah. So, I'm not even running it for the 500 though. So.
No, you're running your Logan slow car.
Yeah, I'm running the Gatorade looking car.
But honestly, I give it a 9.5. You know, I mean, just because like really don't like how it's kind of like all thrown together. Like
It doesn't even really
different
look too thrown
designs,
together, you know?
but it still looks really good.
I
you know?
really like
That's-
the way that the Unifirst is on the back. I really like that. That is like in that little white pocket.
Yeah,
I
I
really
just
like
thought it
that.
looked really good.
I like the design on the side, like the idea of it just kind of like poking out, going, and then poking out again.
Yeah,
I don't really see anything wrong. And then obviously I'm extremely biased because I won in this car. But I'm going to give it a 10 because I have a trophy sitting in the rear end of it.
but all right, guys, thank you for watching. This was the second episode of the podcast, just reacting to all the cars. We're sorry about all the random people that joined as we were recording.
I only saw one of them, but I'll probably see the rest of them in editing. Also, it says in the chat that 2 of my friends joined, so yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I appreciate you guys all watching. We all do. And we'll be back in the studio, I'm pretty sure, next Wednesday, unless we do an episode.
And hopefully
before
I will have another trophy in here.
But otherwise,
oh my god.
All right, y'all.
Is here.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, I'm going to end it before they can get in frame. Ah!